Alright, I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what's about to happen. Oh, and Big Bessie is big chillin'. This time on my bed. But yeah, before I get into what's about to happen, I just want to let you guys know that, Clueless Night on The Masked Singer starts tonight, 8 p.m. That's 8 p.m. on the East Coast and 8 p.m. on the West Coast. So follow my Masked Singer fan account on Twitter/X to view my quote-unquote live reactions. And yeah, be on the lookout this week for 2 Masked Singer meme videos, provided another cliffhanger doesn't happen, because another double elimination is taking place. So, Clueless Night, Masked Singer tonight, 8 p.m. Follow my fan account. That should take care of all that. But anyways, I did a format like this before with Super Mario RPG, where I just wanted to do a couple odds and ends before the grand finale. And the first thing I wanted to do was get all the Mumbo tokens, which I had to look up how many I was missing. I was missing 4. Well, technically I was missing 5, but one of them was no longer obtainable. It's very convoluted, but essentially of the ones that I can obtain, 4 of them were missing. So I used a YouTube guy to help me through that, and all the links I used to help me out will be in the description below in case I don't mention them later. But I was working on retracing my steps, and first thing I went back was Treasure Trove Cove, and I actually wanted to test some laws here because I've seen where people were actually able to kill the shark. So naturally, I was curious. I actually didn't discover this until just after my Treasure Trove Cove video went out. So yeah. Oh yeah, I killed him not once but twice. I apologize for my Switch screen being kind of a mess. I don't know. I just think he caused me enough pain. I just wanted to show him what for, even if it cost me a shit ton of eggs. But anyways, I don't remember why I screen recorded this. Oh yeah, never mind. I remember now. I don't know why I'm saying screen record. I meant to say like clip, whatever. But yeah, this is the first one that I missed, which apparently was on top of the Clanker's Cavern entrance. So now by this point, I'm only missing 3. And this is the other one I was missing. And yes, the pumpkin is necessary because I had to go back down to this little hut. Which I guess it makes sense in retrospect why I didn't think to check there, because I wasn't actively looking for it at the time. But yeah, if you just go in, you go to where Mumbo is, you go behind the chair, and that's how you get that. And then I was trying to find where the last 2 were, which I had a feeling I was missing them in Clicklock Wood, because, yeah. But there's the one right there in the autumn setting. Just carefully navigate your way through those branches, and then just hope you don't fall. There we go. And then the other one, also in the false setting, which I guess it makes sense because I think this is the one area that I checked the least for collectibles. Mostly because I also focus on trying to get the acorns and all this other shit. But you go to the top here. But in retrospect, I do remember seeing that. I guess I just wasn't able to collect at the time because, you know, I was close to dying. But yeah, just use that and then you'll naturally get it. Alright. Now, this isn't all that I did, by the way. Another reason why I wanted to go back, because there is a secret transformation, and normally to see it in a game you just have to talk to Mumbo and just get it by complete luck. So I looked up if there was a way to like guarantee this, and apparently there is. Once again, necessary links in the description down below. But basically what you do is you go back to Spiral Mountain, and apparently you can do this at any point. I think it says you can do this after you get I can't remember when it says specifically you can do it. It's at some point after you encounter a Treasure Trove Cove or some shit. I don't know, like something along the lines of that. But anyways, you go back, and this kind of took me a little bit to get right, but you go in the first person and you stare at that painting by the chimney, and you activate the secret moving picture game. Basically, how it works is that there will be a bunch of puzzle pieces that you have to put back together. Some of them you might have to rotate, but the thing is, it's not like, yeah, like, see, like, everything is moving. So you have to put the pieces together as this whole scene is playing out, which I was able to do the first couple just fine, but I kid you not, this was trippy as hell. Yeah, it was, yeah, trippy as hell. It just got to a point where it was just, I was getting overstimulated. Because I'm like, I can't put the pieces together and also try to like look at all the moving parts, because it's just like, again, part of being on the spectrum is that like I get very overstimulated easily, so I see shit like that and I'm just like, yeah, I can't do this. But I did manage to figure out how to get the first one, and once you complete a picture, bottles will give you a code. And in order to activate that code, you go to Treasure Trove Cove and you smash the letters in the one room. So after the first one, you get the code bottles bonus 1. Now the first two I did legitimately try to do on my own. I did. Now with the first two, none of the pieces end up rotating, so you don't even have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about rotating any pieces with the first two. Only the last few ones is when you have to worry about it. Oh yeah, I think that, yeah, this is the one where I was trying to do this, and then I just ended up with having one piece left. Yeah. But like I said, eventually I did get it, and then you get the code bottles bonus 2. This is the next one, which I tried to do this on my own, but again, like, it just got to a point where I was just like, I'm getting too overstimulated. I literally can't. Ugh, I have to stretch a little bit. My bad. So then I did look up, I think it's Pack Attack's video that I used, which I'll also leave down below. But I watched their playthrough, doing these puzzle pieces and whatnot. And in retrospect, I think what I did was kind of cheap, but basically what I would do is I would look at the puzzle piece he grabbed, place it, and then just do this. Which at first I was very much against doing that, but then I was like, you know what? I cannot get this done on my own, and like, it's not like I'm doing something like this to help beat a final boss or something. I'm just doing this for some goofy shit that's not even gonna amount to anything at the end of all this anyways. But I did at least try to make an attempt for some of these. Well, I think not this one though. I think this one I gave up kind of early on. Yeah, I gave up on this one, I think, like, once the clock got down to 30-second mark, because I just started to panic. So, yeah, I resorted to this method again. Oh, yeah, by the way, for the previous picture, bottles bonus 3 is what the code ends up being. And I should mention, because I didn't mention it already, even if you know what the code is, just by, like, looking it up or whatever, unless if you actually do these puzzle games, those codes will not actually work. You actually have to go through this process in order for those codes to register. Otherwise, nothing will happen. But yeah, doing this one gives you bottles bonus 4. I wasn't able to beat this one on my own, but I will say, like, I was kind of doing pretty decent in this one for a little bit. Sorry, I'm just trying to get comfortable, but like, I feel like I could have been doing worse in this one. I definitely could have. I definitely think it makes it difficult, like, when you have to, like, this kind of thing is hard to do with just a joystick, you know. If this were like obviously if this was on like an iPad type thing, it'd be easy to sell, but you know, that's not how technology worked back then. So anyways, yeah, if you beat this one, you get the code bottles bonus 5. That's the one this one gives you. I can't remember why I paused it around this time. Oh wait, no, is this one? This is when I got, yeah, this is when I got panicked, but anyways, yeah. And this one will give you, this is the, supposedly this is meant to be the quote-unquote last one. And completing this one will give you the bonus code, which is big bottles bonus. And I'm gonna show you what all these do momentarily. I'll show you what they do. Um, I do like how each of these like take place in different locations in the game. I definitely think that's a nice touch. There you go. I'm kind of glad I was doing this off camera because I feel like if I was just doing this on camera, I don't think I would have been having a fun time at all. Now, the thing is, if you go into this again, look at the picture in first person, Bottles will reveal, he'll be like, haha, I actually do have one more challenge for you. And which, again, for all of these, I attempted to do them on my own. This one was no exception, even though I knew there was realistically no one else going to be able to do it. Especially because most of them are all fucking yellow. But anyways, when you finally get through that process, you must have cheated. No way, Bug Slipper. I mean, I kind of did cheat, but like, what bottles won't hurt him. And the code is wishy-washy banjo. And that's gonna make sense in a moment. So naturally, all that was left to do was just go through all these bonuses. So again, this is bottles bonus 1. This is the first one. Big head. And then you just gotta type no bonus to undo the transformation. But the first one, yeah, the first one just gives you a big ass head. And then this is bottles bonus 2. Yeah, that's why I wasn't really afraid to like cheat for this, because these cheats really don't make a huge difference except for just like aesthetics. And this one gives you bigger hands and feet. Just for Banjo though. And next up is bottles bonus 3. And this one gives Kazooie a bigger head and bigger wings. It's so fucking quirky. And then the next one, this is bottles bonus 4. Yeah, Banjo essentially just becomes a hot dog. He's tall, skinny as fuck. And then the next one, bottles bonus number 5. So this one just combines the second and fourth bonuses. So now he's tall and skinny with big ass hands and feet. Like fucking Popeye, man. And then the last one before Wishy Washy Banjo is Big Bottles Bonus. And this one combines the first, second, and third bonus. So now now Banjo-Kazooie both have big ass heads with big ass limbs. This is probably the way you were intended to play the game. I'm gonna be completely real. But now the last one, which is the reason I decided to do all this in the first place. Wishy-washy Banjo. You guys ready? You ready? Boom. Now, like I said, you can get Mumbo to turn into a washing machine in the HUD, but it's very temporary, and plus it's very rare. It's just by pure luck. Now, when you're transformed into the washing machine, you still have all of Banjo-Kazooie's basic movesets and attack. That much doesn't change. I decided like I wasn't just gonna like transform into a washing machine and call it a day. Let me like actually fight Nipper again. Yeah, I was getting kind of like I was both slow and somehow impatient at the same time. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, then I just explored inside a little bit, and there he is. Now I did hear and I did see that Washer Banjo does make a more prominent appearance in Banjo-Tooie. But that's a story for another time. Whenever I get there. And then naturally there was only one more thing I wanted to do. I wanted to get this guy in the air. I wanted to see if this big boy could fly. And yep. There you go. Finally, flying washing machine. Dude, if I showed this to my freaking grandma, she would flip shit. And then, well, the fun had to end at some point, so I had to turn off the bonus. It was definitely fun while it lasted, but, you know, I didn't want to be a wash machine during the final fight, so... Then from there, the only thing I did was get all my red feathers and gold feathers back up to their maximum count, and the blue eggs. Oh, I almost accidentally teased what was next to come, but then after I made sure that I was secured and all that, I decided to go towards the final door, which was just right here. Yeah, so next time you guys see me play Banjo-Kazooie, when I go for the final battle, this is where I'll leave off. Busy. So yeah, the next Banjo-Kazooie video will be the final one of the series, and I plan on uploading that this weekend, depending on how things go. But if anything comes up, I'll let you guys know. And in the meantime, don't forget to tune in tonight at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and then 8 p.m. on the West Coast for Clueless Nail the Masked Singer. And follow my fan account, which I'll mention in the comments below. But with all that being said, peace out. Rant. Take care.